Welcome to
Okay.
the first ever Lions Den podcast, co-hosted by two of your Senator Dufferin District High School grade 12 students. I'm here with co-host Aidan Doig. How's things?
Good, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Nolen, and today we are interviewing ex-Orangeville Flyers Junior A assistant coach, father of 2016-17 ECHL All-Star Eric Bradford, the Senator Dufferin District High School golf coach, an avid golf fan, assistant coach for the Junior A Toronto Patriots, and a longtime Senator Dufferin teacher, Mr. Bradford. How's it going?
It's going pretty good.
What's keeping you busy during quarantine, other than teaching, obviously?
Yeah, teaching online's hard. It's hard for everybody. It takes a lot more prep for the teachers, and it's harder for the kids. So I've been doing that all day, and they've been checking in with me. So that's keeping me busy right now.
That's good. You watching any hockey lately? Seems to be about one of the few things on TV.
Yeah. Thank God for hockey. I probably watch some game every night. I also have flow hockey, so I can watch all the college games, East Coast, AHL, junior games too in the USHL and things like that. So yeah, we've been watching lots of hockey, that's for sure.
All right. Well, I think Aidan's gonna take it off with the first question here. We got a list of them prepared for you, so take it away, Aidan.
Yeah, but before I start, all I can say is go Pens, am I right?
Go Leafs, go.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Rich would say Oilers, but
I was gonna say I'd say Edmonton if they're actually good, but I don't want to stab myself in the foot.
Yeah. So first off, between coaching, teaching, and parenting, you have seen many teenagers move on to life after high school. What is one piece of advice you would give this year's graduating class?
That's a good question. I always think when we coached, whether it's at the junior level or even with the high school team, we always tried to make people, players better as people. So I think for the grads, I hope one of the things that Senator Dufferin does is we produce good people that are respectful, responsible. And have some pride too, pride in where they're from.
Now, being a teacher yourself, you had gone through university, teachers college, so on. What was kind of your toughest experience in university, or something that you kind of remember that wasn't necessarily the easiest to get through?
First year, it's not easy to get through because you're a young adult. We were a little bit older back then because we had grade 13. So you were 18 going on 19. And a lot of kids now are 17 going on 18. So a lot of people are living on their own for the first time. You have, freedom to do whatever you want. So you really got to figure out how to balance your social life with your academic life. And be really well organized. And sometimes young people aren't really organized yet. And that would, become a problem when you go to university.
Now, did you play any sports at university whenever you went?
I did. When I first went to university, I was still playing junior hockey in Orangeville because you could play till you're 21. So for the first couple of years, I was playing junior hockey in Orangeville. I was also the starting center fielder on the University of Guelph hardball baseball team. I don't even know if they have baseball anymore, but they did back then. So I played that. I wasn't good enough to play on the University of Guelph men's hockey team. I skated with them, but I wouldn't have gotten in the lineup there.
You think it was definitely harder to balance? Oh, cut out there for a second. Do you think it was better or harder, to balance that extra piece of having athletics on top of moving away and your academic side of things? It
was for sure. And it showed in my first year because my grades weren't very good in my first year, for sure, because, as a young person who loved hockey and wanted to play it, that was sort of number one, and school was number two. And, I soon learned that I better, pull my socks up with school, or else, might not be there too much longer.
So switching gears a little bit, Bell Let's Talk Day has recently passed, but a week ago. You've seen countless organizations, teams, players come through the ranks in hockey predominantly. Do you see kind of a correlation between mental health and athletics, being it helping, definitely releasing some steam and stuff, or do you think it's kind of separated?
No, I see a connection for sure. The thing, sports is supposed to be fun, but when you get to the higher levels, it doesn't always seem like it's fun anymore, because the competition is so great, and not everybody gets to play or play the way they want or how much they want to play. So I think there's a lot of connection between mental health and sports. We take lots of training on it too. Not only do we have to be trained for the high school, but the OHA and NCCP, all the areas that look after coaching certification have all kinds of courses that coaches have to take. Even if you want to coach rep hockey or AAA hockey, all those coaches have to take that training too. And we know so much more about mental health than we did when I was younger and played. And we can deal with it a lot better as well. So I think it's really important.
Aidan, do you have anything else there that you want to say? I know. Oh, did you freeze on me? I know that he had about 3 or 4 questions lined up, but I think he froze on us.
Okay.
But I'll get another one here. A little bit of a would you rather. So you've got 2 minutes left in a game. You're down. Are you putting you in your prime playing days on the ice, or are you going to put your son on the ice?
Oh, my son for sure.
Without question?
Yeah, he has my mentality, which was good, which is sort of what you want out on the last minute, but I'm not nearly as good as he is.
Now, if you're coming out of the NHL's North Division, Leafs or Canucks?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. It's Leafs for sure.
obviously you're a Leafs fan, so that's a bit of a no-brainer, but
I think Montreal's looking really good. Calgary will be good if they can make the playoffs. Winnipeg's no slouch, and I wouldn't want to play McDavid and Draisaitl. Obviously they need more on their team. It's like a 2-trick pony show there, but those two guys are like the 2 best players in the world, and I wouldn't want to play them in a first round. It'd be pretty scary, I would think.
Yeah, there's a bit of a goaltending issue in Edmonton, though.
Yeah.
Aidan, buddy, I can see your lips moving, but we can't hear you. I don't know if your mic's turned off or something, but we have no idea what you're saying, buddy. Yeah, I think he's in his own little world.
Yeah, maybe he'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. Now, we had an insider from the school, one of your colleagues, tell us that you're a pretty big golf guy.
Yeah, I love golf. Golf's my game now. I don't know. I'm not that good. Like, I have some good rounds, but probably mid-handicap. I shot even par at Lynbrook. I shot 1 over par at Orangeville Golf Course. I have a Golf North membership, so I can play Calier, Orangeville, Fergus, a few other courses, and I have a Lynbrook membership. So yeah, I can't wait to get back out there and hit them.
Now, we were told that you run a pretty legendary Masters pool every year.
I did. For 25 years, we ran a Masters pool, and COVID stopped it actually. But yeah, I love the Masters. I was lucky enough to go to the 2004 Masters when Mickelson won his first Masters on the 18th hole, and I was around the green there. Um, so yeah, it was just a fantastic experience, and um, I've always wanted to win my own pool, but I won it once in 25 years, so it's hard to win. Everybody knows golf in the school now because of the Masters pool.
Now, if you were going to pick someone to win it this April, who do you think you have?
Ooh, that's a good question. The Masters is a course you have to learn how to play it well. So it's usually the same group of guys that are in contention. So you'd have to probably look at somebody that has been in contention before. Um, Patrick Reed's been playing really well. I would never count him out. And DJ finally broke through last year, so he hits the ball so long. You know, it's probably one of those top 5 guys like a McIlroy, Rahm, DJ, maybe a Patrick Reed, something like that.
See, I'm thinking Justin Thomas is finally going to break through.
Yeah, he's an excellent player, and he definitely could be in that list. You know, the Masters, you need to be able to hit greens and putt, so you have to be able to do that.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, now we got you. Now we got you back.
I've froze probably a solid 5 times. It is not good right now.
Well, do you have anything else on your list there, Aidan?
Well,
I feel like I've kind of hijacked over the call here.
yeah, well, I mean, it's good since there would be a lot of pausing if it was me the whole time. Did you say the university question?
Yeah, I asked him about what he went through in university. He said definitely moving away from home is probably the biggest thing. What about on the flip side of the coin for next year's grade 9s coming in that, you know, are kind of unsure of what high school is going to look like depending on how vaccines and stuff roll out? What would you say if there's anyone coming into high school for next year that's listening to this? What would you say the biggest thing is?
It's a big jump. It's okay to be nervous. I was nervous as hell my first year going to grade 9. That first day, I think that's okay. I think our school does a really good job of bringing the grade 8s in and orientation and things like that. We have a grade 8 night, a parents' night, that sort of thing. So they get a feel for the school. But the biggest thing I would say is that it's okay to be nervous. All the grade 9s are nervous. Actually, on the first day, lots of people are nervous. Teachers are nervous on the first day. So I just think that comes with the territory, especially when you have change in your life, like going from elementary school to high school.
And I mean, can't be scared to go to the wrong classroom. I mean, I did it the first day.
I was gonna say, I think we've all done it at one time or another in high school.
Well, the funny thing about the high school is that some of the rooms are not numbered properly, or they're really hard to see the numbers. So it's hard for even teachers to sometimes figure out where a room, 50, 45 is, or 42 or something like that.
At least the good thing is it's all in one big figure 8. So if you keep walking around, eventually you'll find your spot.
Mine, I went into the wrong classroom, but I went into a super gym portable. And I was supposed to be in hockey course, and I probably sat there for 10 minutes with Mr. Carabella through the national anthem and everything. And then he knew I wasn't supposed to be there, so I was like, see ya.
Now, how to end every episode off here, we're gonna kind of ask a top 3 or top 5 question. So we kind of touched on that big into hockey earlier. If you have 3 picks to win this year's Stanley Cup, who are they and why?
Well, I'd always pick the Leafs. I think they have the skill. They just got to figure out how to win. They might need a little more brawn still. And Freddie needs to play well. So let's take them because I'm hoping they get to the semis because they don't have to deal with the Bostons and Washingtons until the semis, and they might match up well better with a Philly or a Tampa Bay. So they might get lucky and not have to play a Boston or a Washington, that type of thing. Hopefully, I think out west, I think Dallas is strong again, and I think Vegas would be strong. I think one of the things that drives me crazy with the playoffs is that the rules are called differently. So, I don't know if you've been watching games, but one hand slash, if you touch a guy with your stick, it's a hook. Some pretty chintzy penalties in the regular season. And then in the playoffs, everything is sort of let go. And a team for the Leafs who have the best power play right now, they go in the playoffs and they don't get a lot of power plays. I think that penalizes teams like that more than others. So I think your Dallases and your Vegas are built, for grinding playoff hockey. It's a war of attrition. You got to last the longest. And so those two teams would be good out of the West, I would think. And then in the East, obviously, I got to take my Leafs. Philly looks really good. Boston looks good again. Washington, a nice mix of skill and toughness there. So those would be the teams.
All right, we have one final question here before we let you go. Aidan, do you want to take it or me?
That is
Second one, right above the ending question.
all right. So, teaching careers are in a contract year. Are you thinking of renewing your contract?
That's a good question. The funny thing is we had worked a whole year with the old contract, and by the time the new one was set up, I think we only got one more year left. So you're right, we'd be in a contract year. I can retire after this year, so I'm looking at that right now, and I'm sort of hoping I don't have to worry about another contract. So how's that for an answer?
Yeah, we've been hearing rumors and wanted to hear it from the man himself. So thought it was a pretty good question.
No, it is a good question. I haven't made up my mind yet, but I'm leaning towards retirement. So there you go. You have it on camera.
Perfect. Well, thank you very much for your time today and being the first ever episode of the podcast. And stay safe.
Thanks, boys. Do I get like a parting gift or something? Or a hat or something? Or no?
We can send you the live recorded video if you want. You can always
Okay.
keep it on replay.
Okay, you guys got to work on that, for your next guest. Have a parting gift.
All right.
Thanks, boys.
Perfect.
Thank you. I want to say big thank you to Mr. Bradford for being the first ever guest on the Lions Den podcast. And sorry to everyone, I kept freezing. Solid 5 or 6 freezes. Mike got muted, some technical difficulties with this new normal. So hopefully next time it's a bit better.
Hopefully whoever came on to listen this time will come back next week. And thanks for listening.
Yeah, thank you.